And welcome back. Check, 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 check. Check 1, 2. Hello, everybody. Let's start our stream again. That's sound check for you. Lazorblayde music. Let's plays. We're starting over. Let's go back to our title screen. And then we have a slightly different interface for TikTok. Alright, starting again with Lazorblayde music with your host, Lazorblayde, and normally the Roland FA06 keyboard. But today it is the Neo. Percussion pad. Now, normally we do a game, so we kind of have one queued up. We got Chrono Trigger. Just make sure that we can pull up that. There it is. There's Chrono Trigger. We have a game. So normally what we'd be doing, we'd be using our keyboard over here. I can pull up my Chrono Trigger's soundtrack. Should be right here. Start cueing one of our Chrono Trigger themes, which we already recorded this before on a prior episode. This would be for our 65,000 or million BC era in Chrono Trigger. Sound like it blends into the game, sounds good with the game. to incorporate live drums. Let's turn that up a pinch. Maybe let's try a different one. Let's see. We got a whole bunch of different possible kits on here. So then each, pad is a different kit, sound on each kit. Now, I'm not a drummer, I'm primarily a piano player, so it's kind of... I don't know why that turned on. I use arpeggiators, I use different little features to make my different patches or kits on the keyboard incorporate more like rhythm to help aid the soundtrack. Or sometimes I'll just cue up the onboard rhythm. But I think it's going to be fun going forward to be able to just... And then I have a looper on the kit itself, so then I can just, let's see, if I turn on the click, let's try to go for a higher tempo here. So I could make a loop. Let's practice first. So yeah, like coming up with beats is something like, if I'm playing with a song live, I feel like I've picked up on some good beats right away, but as far as like, oh, I'm gonna come up with a beat right now, that's something I'm gonna have to definitely work on going forward. Of course, I could have something assisting me on the keyboard side of things. Let me see here. Let me turn that volume down on that guy. Try to get a little bit of aid here. Okay, something really basic just to kind of give me a rhythm. Let's do a different kit. Now try to create a loop. gotta be on rhythm with this. Do, 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 do. Then I can save that, turn that guy off, and now I can tell it to play that. Okay, I gotta change it to a different kit though. Let's see, what kit do we want? We wanted it to be... that one. I know that's extremely basic, but the point of the matter is, if we're trying to create soundtrack, and I'm just trying to have my own little beat figured out, I can use that looper. Right. Let me make sure TikTok's doing okay. How's TikTok going? Oh, I'm not even on screen on TikTok, my bad. Sorry, TikTokers. There I am. I wonder if I can get it so it's both. There we go. We got the drums, we got the game, we got me. Sorry about that, TikTok. We do primarily Twitch. We just have TikTok as a bonus. Okay, so we have that playing. So then I could go over to this side. Pick my Chrono Trigger Studio. Make sure it's the right tempo. I gotta turn the volume of the drums up. There we go. So then if I want to, I could record the sample. Is coming in through the keyboard because the drum sound is fed into the keyboard at the moment. And then I could also, while the sampler's running, chime in myself a little bit as well. There's no crash for this kit. So, those are just some of the things we could be doing. So this guy could definitely incorporate some fun into our streams. I don't know if we're actually going to be playing Chrono Trigger today. It might be just kind of like a, hey, let's check out this Neo percussion pad. Yeah, so like if I'm doing, let's see. Let's say I want to do my battle theme. Like we'll pull that up real quick. So that's our battle theme for Chrono Trigger, and it has its own sample for the drums, a pre-recorded sample. but maybe I'd want to do my own for that. That's the best kit for that, though. Sounds like the drums could be a little bit louder still compared to the rest of the kit. Let me look at something here. Because, like, okay, so, like, the battle theme. Let's turn the battle theme down. Right now it's pretty loud compared to the drums. We don't want to be peaking. Crashes. I might have to, like, I mean, that one does. Let's try that one. basically I could do something similar to that if I wanted to. But, I mean, so like the drums for that one. Let's see. Let's try a different kit again. Let's see here. I guess I could do just the looper on the drum, on just the kick if I wanted to, for something like that. What do I want for the click though? It's 150. Okay. One other thing we need to do. Quantize that into at least eighth note or 1/4 notes, so that it's harder to screw up since, you know, I'm not the best drummer. So let me change the tempo a little bit. I think it was just slightly too fast. We'll do 145. See how that goes. It's so funny that it does that. Okay, let's change that kit again. We're doing the venue kit. Okay. Oh, it didn't delete the other one. Oops. Let's go back. Okay. Let's see. Let's try again. Okay. Totally bet there's some negative reviews on this kit for that particular thing. Okay. change the tempo of that sound. I want to check that. Oh yeah, okay. So you can up the tempo of what you've recorded, so that's good. Try something here. I wonder if I can record over. I wonder if I can layer the recording. It's hard to say. Somehow I don't think you can, but it's not. Let me just see what happens if I hit record. Is it gonna? Okay, let me just see what that does. No. So it doesn't continue the other part. I was really hoping it was going to, but it doesn't. So you can't really layer. That's where I'm going to need to get a kick so that I can use my foot. I can do it at halftime at least on the kick at halftime intervals, but so I could do a loop with that if I wanted to. Why did the tempo go back down to 120? 145 is what we were liking. Okay. Seems like it. Yeah, and it just resets everything every time. Okay. I'm sure there's a way to get it so that it doesn't revert back every single time. Thanks for hanging out. This is Lazorblayde Music. We do Let's Plays and we do live soundtrack. We probably won't be playing a game tonight, but we are introducing the Dio Neo percussion drum pad, and there will be soundtrack vibes going in for this stream. So thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here. TikTokers as well. We are doing a music stream. There may or may, well, there's not going to be any gameplay tonight, but Chrono Trigger is at least on the highlight. The theme of what we're trying to do is at least Chrono Trigger-esque. So we're doing our battle theme. But we're doing our best to do kind of just what could we do in theory. So if we wanted to write some battle theme soundtrack incorporating the Neo drum pad. You gotta know what you're doing though. Try again. Nope, that didn't work. I was trying to cue myself in. Nope, that didn't work. See, I'm not a drummer by profession. I am primarily a keyboard player. So this is new for me. I still have rhythm, but certainly don't have like the chops for drumming. Dang nabbit, come on. Okay, let's try one more time. I think we got a good flow going here. No. Come on, gotta get in there. I gotta practice. I can't believe I have to practice. Maybe if I had music along with it, I would be able to do it better. Think it's Guitar Hero, it's Rock Band, you know, think those thoughts. Maybe a simpler beat to start. So like we're starting out the song, maybe I think it's the click. I think the click is what's throwing me off. Because dun 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 dun. high tempo is probably what's throwing me off a little bit too. Da-da-da, 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 da. I guess if I well, let's try one more time to get a good beat for our battle theme. Let's try one more time. We're off beat. I was gonna try one more time. We'll get it done. Okay, well. I wonder if it's not actually picking up every note. Because I don't know, that didn't sound like it had all the notes that we played. So, like, is it not? Oh, frick. That's not gonna help. You gotta turn the quantizer off. Ugh. No wonder it's not working. I gotta be on beat though. What? Oh, the tempo went back down. I was like, what is going on here? How we doing, TikTok? A check on you. How you Doing okay over there? Okay, looks like TikTok's doing fine. Let's just keep TikTok up for a pinch. Oh, 240, we don't want that tempo, that's too high. Okay. Okay, back to the recording menu. Change that patch back to the venue kit. Why did it change my tempo again? There must be something that resets things that I'm not aware of. Stop resetting my tempo. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and be done with that. I will be getting better at this drum kit, I swear. In the meantime, okay, we got at least a rough draft. There's our Roland. Let's put that on screen for a minute. Turn the volume down on these other tools. Let's start from the beginning. should be 150. It just feels slow, like it's dragging a little bit. So maybe 150 is what we want. Could also just be offbeat. It could have been offbeat. If we were offbeat, then that's why it's going to sound weird. Let's just do an incredibly simple beat and just see. Just dun 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 dun. Just keep it very basic. Let's do something like that. Maybe since we're gonna be doing that, do a slightly different kit. Okay, it changed my tempo again. I don't understand. How many times do I have to fix this before it decides not to? If I go down to the play menu, it just starts from fresh. Oops. Let's try that. Which kit was that? ED90. Okay. Yeah, the tempo is just slightly too slow. Let's do that 150. Okay. Save. I wonder if I can change my click type. short on time, so let's change that kit so it's not something. Yep, the ED90 is what we want. It's not a perfect rhythm, but here we are. Okay. That is an idea of what we could be doing for making more soundtrack. And if I wanted to, I could hit sampling on my keyboard and go ahead and cue that in and start with something like dun, 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 dun. So yeah, yep. So then I have a sample on the keyboard I could cue up. Yeah, there it is. Now again, we're just playing around with it. I'm certainly going to get better at using the Neo percussion pad. So it should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. We are going to go ahead and bid TikTokers adieu. So have a good night, TikTokers. We will be shutting down Twitch as well soon. That has been Lazorblayde music with the Neo percussion pad. And have a good night. Thank you. Okay, so before we end, let's go ahead and cue up a maybe it's in number 2. Alright. We are going to have a little bit of fun before we end stream for you Twitchers. Song. Maybe one of our other streams. How about Halo? Let's see how we do with Halo. Some Halo. We're gonna do a different kit though. has been laser blade music.